Pulling up in that new toy, the wrist on that boy, rock star like Pink Floyd, waving at rude boy, I'm waving at you boy, ran off on the two like true goy, imagine me do boy, you could never do what I do boy, still ducking.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the New York Giants. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. On first down, Lauletta to Barkley on the check down. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now the first running back drafted this year, it's Saquon Barkley. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 13. Now Watson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And this will complete to Will Fuller. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On first down, Watson. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Watson. He's got Fuller. Powers past him at midfield. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, grab that dagger play, grab that play and just finish him off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a first down throw, Watson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. DJ Reader able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap to Lauletta. Now he steps away. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory. Down at the 31. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Lauletta looking to throw on 2nd down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and now it's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now it's Lauletta, and they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The pitch goes to Barkley. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Let's go.
Throwing on third down, Lauletta. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. They'll come out in the pistol. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in, Stewart. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Jonathan Stewart, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are in for 6. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Fuller. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
When you're trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Watson. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now it's Watson. A bootleg. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Connor Barwin with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Texans say they have it. They do. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Richmond. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. To throw on second is Watson. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. A shotgun snap for Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 4th down. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field. Definitely
a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 58 yards. From the gun, here's Lauletta. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. DJ Reader in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Out of the gun, Lauletta. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. 3rd down here. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Lauletta. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And the kick by Rosas is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And here comes the Texans now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. And we will skip the highlight show this week, get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Come back. Richmond.
Watson just beating the play clock. Underneath for Miller. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And who's got it? The Giants. The pocket collapse. Around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime you didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing, but with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Walletta. Now he'll escape to his right. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
After the interception, here's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Come back, come back. Come back, come back.
On 1st and 10, Watson eluding the pressure right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. On 2nd and 10, Watson flush to his right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. On first down, it's Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
The Texans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Down. Green, down.
From the 50, it's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
All right, here we go.
Here's Lauletta after the interception. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And now it's 2nd down. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And you remember pre-draft, there's a lot of speculation that the Giants should look for their future quarterback at number 2 with a great possibility. Remember, Sam Darnold from USC was still on the board, but they passed on him to take this runner, Saquon Barkley. And this is exactly why. They think he can extend the life of Eli Manning's career and give them 1,000-yard seasons year after year.
They haven't had a 1,000-yard season since 2012. Ahmad Bradshaw did it then. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Andre Howell, the one to bring him down.
That was an example of excellent defense there. They stuffed him. So now he brings up a 3rd down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put it in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Lauletta to throw. It's caught. Shepard. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. A first down carry for Barkley. Looking for an opening. Not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Lauletta now on 2nd. the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
What part did they went empty set there? No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No
him.
one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On 2nd down, here's Lauletta. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And this is Shepard on the catch. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards that time and a first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Lauletta. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's going to be caught. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Rosas now to add the PAT. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is now 17-3. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And who's got it? The Giants!
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, That puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Jonathan Joseph there for the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Hurry up, here we go.
On second down, here's Barkley. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The Giants on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap to Lauletta. And Ingram holds it in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Lauletta. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Giants add on to their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Rosas now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Come back, come back.
Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans cut into that lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Here we go now. Blue landing. Blue landing. Gone.
Lauletta looking to throw on second down. And this one is incomplete.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you got to make that throw, right? Yeah. That's got to be completed.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
The Giants on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Lauletta now to throw it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
On first down, Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now it's Lauletta. Eluding the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Back to throw. It's complete to Fuller. Still going. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Back to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. Will Fuller was the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
He's back to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
They'll look to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. Now it's Watson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I know we have individual minds, but I think we're thinking as one on this one, and 1 was the number, wasn't it?
Yeah, kick the extra point. Now you need a miracle. You need an onside kick quickly and to do something spectacular.
I mean, going for 2 there, either they felt like this is all we've got left, we've got to win it right now, or they've got some incredible miracle special teams play to get the ball back and give them one last chance.
And the Giants ready to come out now. Only 1 timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have 1 timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch, not at all.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Again, it's Barkley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can